What do you think about this? Truth is the best feeling story. Think about that. Think about all the stories that we make up, that we heard, that we've been taught. Think about the good stories, the bad stories, the stories that make you feel less than, the stories that make you feel more than. I even have a song that says, since it's my job to tell my story, I'm gonna tell it till I'm feeling really good. Since it's my job to tell my story, I'm gonna tell it till I'm feeling really good. But I, like you, I get caught up in whatever story is circulating in my mind. And it's usually stuff that I've been programmed, like, oh, you know, you're doing this because you're not as good as that person, or, you know, see those people in those houses on the hill, they're better than you, or, you know, all these like comparative stories, right? The stories of like better than, less than, smarter than, dumber than, and it feels like sometimes I feel like I'm just swimming in these different versions of what's happening right now. Bashar, I know what the teacher Bashar says. He says, state of being, circumstances don't matter, only state of being matters. And he says that circumstances are just props. And you decide what the props mean, right? Are you the town drunk with all these props? Or are you the hero? Or are you the loving, caring elder? Or are you the playful child? It doesn't matter, but we decide what the story means. We decide what everything means. But we have all of these other meanings, all of these other ideas that float through our mind and that we've been told as we've been living and growing. We adopted usually the stories that we were taught by our family, we were taught by our society, by school, by work. You know, people that drive this car, or people that live in this house, or people that dress like this are superior to people that, you know, dress like that. It's all about comparison. And today I was thinking this, like, all is well. I'm the hero of this story. Everything is turning out exactly according to plan. Nothing's going wrong. Everything's humming along perfectly. It feels so good to think, wow, I am source energy in a human body. I came here from infinite intelligence, and I'm inhabiting this body because I want to learn and grow and expand. And I'm a god, basically. I'm a spiritual God who's pretending to be small, pretending to be limited, pretending to be afraid. Ooh, because, you know, infinite intelligence doesn't feel afraid. Infinite intelligence doesn't feel lack. Infinite intelligence doesn't have a question, because all is known. All is known in the universe. And so as I come here, as you come here on this earth, and we play these parts of mortal humans, it's like, ooh, I'm mortal. I'm gonna die someday. Woo, that's so scary. Oh no. Because infinite intelligence doesn't know death. Death doesn't exist in eternity. And so we're all playing this game. We're all like children playing in the yard, cops and robbers, or dolls, or doctor, or whatever game you want to play. But we're all just playing games. And so why not make up the story that feels the best? Because the story that feels the best is resonating with our spirit. Do you know why some stories feel really good and some stories feel really bad? It's because they're resonating with the truth of who we are. Oh, hey, your little friend. He wants to come. I guess he likes what I'm dishing up. And so what we see is that as a story is more true, it's because it's resonating with our higher self. It's resonating with our divine essence. And when a story feels bad, it's because it's not true. If we can just remember that one thing, if a story feels bad, it's because it's not true. Like, you're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're dumb. You're not as good at... That's not true. Because we're all divine energy. We're the spark of the divine, living in this limited time and space for fun. We're doing it for fun, or we're doing it to expand, or we're doing it to become more of who we desire to be. We're not lost. We're not forgotten. We're not forsaken. That's a story. And so you ask yourself, oh, that story feels really, really bad. So you can say, oh, it must mean it's not true. Now, the ability to retell the story, the ability to learn to tell better and better stories takes practice, because our momentum, our society is all looking and saying, look at you. We all agree you're a big fat whatever. We all agree you're this, you're that. And we're like, oh no, they all agree. Oh no, it must be true because they all agree. Doesn't matter. The only question is, how does it feel? How does it feel when you tell that story? And deciding, you can say, oh, I really have this bad interpretation of my life. That's okay. Does it feel better to think I'm so dumb for having a bad interpretation of my life? Or, oh, that's okay. It's okay to have a bad interpretation of my life. I'm still okay. I'm still lovable. I'm still source energy in a human body. I'm still amazing. So no matter what you're doing, how you're feeling, or where you're see yourself in life, you might have a negative assessment. You might have a positive assessment. But either way, you're a source energy in the human body. This is a game. We get to make up the story. We get to make up the rules. We decide what it all means. And so the better it feels, the truer it is. 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 I am amazing. That's just how it is. Now, I'm not saying that you're just going to wake up and have a better feeling story. It might take time. That's okay. We're here to learn and grow. There's no timetable. You can take as long as you want. If you don't get it in this life, you can come back and practice another life. It doesn't matter. There's no deadline. Feel good now. Live life. I think that's all for me now. Hope you like this. Hope it was impactful. And I'm going to try to remember this today too.